Alright, in this video we're going to be reviewing the Jenna by Haze and Raven's Moon, I believe, man. I know that when it comes to Haze, lots of people have opinions, and that's fine. You can have your own opinion. I am not reviewing the Haze channel. I'm reviewing this RDA. I got this from Bobby. Bobby McGreedy's always in the chat, very supportive. He stops by and lets me use things to do reviews, like the Dread RDA and the Mutant and stuff. He let me borrow this. Bobby, you done fucked up, son. This Fatality tank. So I'm going to be doing a couple videos on that. I know Bobby was super excited to get this, and when he was going to let me borrow this, I was like, sure, I would love to try that thing. Alright, so this is it. Here's the video. Alright, so the Jenna comes in this little black velvety bag, like the goons and stuff. There's nothing on the bag. Alright, I'm going to show you what's inside of here, and then we're going to get to the RDA. So, there is the RDA. We'll get to that in a second. And then you get two little inserts. These inserts are for inside the RDA. I took them both out just so I could show you both of them. And we will get actually back to these as well. And then you just get your regular O-rings, extra screws, and two Allen keys. Alright. Now, being this came from somebody, let me borrow it. I'm not sure if it came with a regular screw that's not squonk, so I have no idea actually. So now let's look at this RDA. So this RDA is actually quite a simple, design. It looks nice and clean. There's no markings on it or anything. Any prints on there for me, I did just clean it, but it looks like I had to touch it to put the cap on. Alright, and it's got this top airflow here and this drip tip that comes with it. Now you can fit an 810 drip tip into this. It's very tight, but it does also look good. I put one of them District 5s on there. It looked really sharp actually. But this drip tip I quite like, so I just leave that on there, and it's kind of concave. I like these. The only thing I don't like about this drip tip is it's very thin there. Sometimes it's a little hard to get this drip tip off. Alright, so this drip tip affects the airflow, so there is tabs inside. And when you turn this drip tip, it's about to come around, 1 second. When you twist that, you see it's happening on both sides. It can close the airflow all the way off, and then it opens back up. It's just little tabs. There's two little tabs on the inside of the cap there. Now, the drip tip does come off. It is a little tricky to get off without grabbing that. So I just kind of wibble wobble it back and forth. You see that's very thin there, and I don't want to mess that up when I take it off. But it is also concave, this drip tip. Now, the inside here doesn't matter if it's concave, and I'll show you why. It's because of these inserts. These inserts go inside of this cap. And I've changed these inserts out probably already I only need it to about once. But I did change them out about, I don't know, probably about 10 times just testing it out. Now, I did live when I first got this. I tried it live, and I had a hell of a time getting one of these in. But once you find the one you like, you'll probably just leave it in there. So you're only going to change it out like once. Alright, so I like this one. This is like the dual airflow one. The air comes in into them holes, goes down these, and comes up that center hole. And these are also concave, so if you are to drip down the middle for whatever reason, it will get down there. It's also concave right here, okay? So, I'm sorry, this is where you drip. This is the top. This is where the top cap goes, alright? And this is where the coil is going to be showing in there, and that's concave, so you're going to get your your little flavor channel there, or whatever it is. And this one is kind of a single airflow. So what happens here, this one's kind of neat actually. I don't like this one as much, but it is kind of a cool design. So this blocks off one of the airflows, and this is where the intake comes in. See, there's no middle hole. So when you suck, the air comes, geez, how would you do this? The air goes only through one of them and it comes up the other. Oh, the air goes through this one and comes up this one. All right. So it's pretty cool. It's blocking off each side. All right. So you have your choice of these two. I like the dual airflow open for what I was vaping. I was using a 29 gauge stainless steel Alien single coil, and it was about a 0.24, and I was really enjoying the vape off of that with this one. All right, with the airflow wide open on this, or sometimes cut down just a little bit, kind of like how that is. Now the deck. All right, let me show you the bottom of this thing real quick. All right, this is the bottom. I don't know what this groove about is around there. I'm sure it's for a reason, but there's the squonk pin, and it'll say Jenna, made in the USA, serial number, J Haze, and then it will have the emblem for, I guess that's Raven Moon's mods, I believe. I hope I'm right. I have no idea. All right, it's got 2 O-rings, the screws for the posts. This will be the positive, this will be the negative. This is a single coil deck. Could you get 2 coils in there? You could. I don't know if it's meant for that though. I think it's just meant for the single coil, left or right. But yeah, I think it's just meant for the single coil. I don't know if you would really want to mess around with dual coil. I'm not sure, maybe you would. But I rock it single. It's got pretty deep juice wells, and look at that squonk pin. When it squonks, it's going to come right up under that coil, which we are going to look at. Now, you see these curves here? When you squonk up, a lot of juice gets in there. The airflow's at the top. It's never going to hit that, especially because of these things. And the juice just travels back down these little curves. I'm going to have to show you in order for you to fully get the idea, but this thing squonks really good. All right, and then with all of this stuff like this and how small it is, it's just a very reduced chamber. All right, so how you put these things is, I like to just place it right down on the mat right here. All right, and you kind of have to make sure that you don't get in the way of the airflow tips. All right, so kind of what you do is you make sure that you're away from them airflow tips. All right, and away from the airflow. All right, so you want to stay away from them holes. You want to stay away from them black tips there. And I kind of just get it lined up where I think will be good. All right. And kind of just push down, and sometimes you just don't get it all the way. That time was probably the best time I ever did it. I still have to click it in a little bit. That was the best time I ever did it. So once you do it a couple times, it's pretty good. That first time, I could have strangled somebody. I was live for about 45 minutes. I mean, the video's still up. I just had a hell of a time. I was also afraid that I was going to mess it up too, so I didn't really want to mess with it too much. All right, so now that's in there. And it's just a very reduced chamber. You could see there's not going to be much room after the deck. And then, you know, you got your airflow, will open and close. Pretty cool. All right, and you see that's what it looks like down there. Actually, let me show you this. That's what it looks like. So if you want to drip, you could drip down there, but that's all closed off. All right, it's pretty cool. I kind of like the inserts aside for having to put them in, but you're going to want to do that. You know, I mean, if you get one of these, you're probably going to do it 3 times in total, and then you're done with it. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to throw a build in here. Like I said, I had a single coil stainless steel small Alien in there. And now today I'm just going to put, I want to try a different coil. I want to see what something a little lower ohms would be like in this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an N90 fuse Clapton. It's 2640 N90 6 wrap fuse Clapton. I have no idea what this is going to ohm out to, but I do know that I like these for single coil. So I usually like something a little bigger, like 24, 25. So we're going to try something a little smaller, like 26 fuse Clapton, and see how we like it. Now, see these little notches here? That's to rest your... Come on, show the notches. You see that notch there? And there's one there. That's to rest your coil master thing on. Alright? And I'm just going to cut these really, like, flush right there. I know it's pretty small leads that you need for this. Alright? And then I'm just going to put it into the holes they need to go into. Alright, and see if it pushes down to that bar thing, or to that notch in there, and it does. Alright, so I'm just going to push it down, hold it there, get the Allen key, tighten that one up, turn it around, push it down, get the Allen key, tighten that one up, and that's it. You're installed. Your single coil is installed. Alright. Let's heat it up, wick it up, and I'm going to show you how this thing squonks. Alright, I got it glowing up pretty good now, so I'm just going to get some cotton. Alright, for my cotton, I'm going to use some whole wheat fiber. So this whole wheat fiber, at first I didn't really like it too much, and then I had a little learning curve with it, which is just, you don't need a lot of cotton at all. It's very little cotton that you need for this. Alright, so I'm just going to get this little bit of cotton, which is less than I would do with other cottons. I'm going to get this in here, and this isn't really brain surgery wicking this thing up. Alright, so I put this on the RAM box here. This is a squonk mechanical, which should be good with this coil. I'm just going to show you how this thing squonks. So that squonk pin's right in the middle there, and when I press the button, alright, it's going to come up. Now, I'm going to squonk it way too much. Watch. I'm going to let go now, and it just slides back down there. Alright. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Slides right back down at the coil. Alright. Wow, this puppy's firing. Alright, it does slide into a certain part. I never actually noticed that. Does it slide into these little notches? Check that out. It does slide in because of the inserts, I believe. Because of these inserts and these channels here on the inserts, the deck slides right onto that. That's pretty interesting. Man, they do more than I thought. Alright. Let me tell you what I think. Vape this thing. Looking good. Alright, we're back with the Jenna on the RAM box. This coil came out to like a 0.13, I think, at the end of the day, after all the firing and everything. And it's on this mech squonk. Wow, it sounds like it's firing good. Wow. All right. Now, first of all, once again, thank you, Bobby, for letting me borrow this. I wouldn't have did this video if, you know, I didn't think it was interesting and I didn't like it. I've been vaping this thing for about 2 weeks now. And 2 weeks? 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks. And I've been enjoying the hell out of it. I am not a single coil guy whatsoever. My favorite single coil was the Ghoul from Blitz Enterprises, right? So that's always been my favorite. I like 2 airflows coming into a single coil. 1 airflow feels weird to me. This 1 airflow cap thing, that also feels a little weird to me. I do like how this thing looks. Now, them inserts, the first time I was messing with them inserts, man, wow. I was not a happy camper messing with them. It was also like I didn't want to break it or anything. I didn't quite understand that there was an airflow adjustment, even though I'm looking dead at it. But man, yeah, I didn't really enjoy that too much. But you only have to do it once in a while, you know? Once in a while. But, man, I'm really enjoying this thing. The airflow feels good and the flavor's amazing. Listen, I have nothing to gain whether I like this or don't like it. I didn't even buy it. I have nothing to gain or lose saying anything. I really think this is the best single coil I've ever tried, though. I am really enjoying the single. It's making me wonder about single coil now. I don't really like single coil. I'm starting to think maybe I should try other single coils with this. Them inserts are really cool, but dude, I imagine if this was from another company and Jay Haze were to review this, I think he'd come at them inserts hard because they could be a pain in the ass. They really can. Other than that, I love this thing. The way it looks, the way it vapes. There's a lot of cool things about like the drip tip, doing the airflow. The inserts are cool. They are cool. I hope other people do take that. This airflow does come straight down. I'm trying to think, like, does anything, like, things are angled down, right? Does anything else come straight down? Because the airflow in this comes straight down. And I'm like, does anything else do that? At the end of the day, this thing squonks really, really good. And it vapes really good. It looks good. Now, the price tags on these were like $95. They're extremely hard to find. Now, anybody that knows, listen, I know there's people that watch this channel that may not like Jay Haze so much. There's more people that watch this channel that do, though. I will tell you that. I know it for a fact. I know it for a fact. So, I'm not reviewing Jay Haze. I'm reviewing this RDA, right? He likes his high-end stuff, right? And this is in the high-end realm. It's $95 to buy one of these things. If you could even find it, it's probably even more. Is it worth that? So to me, with high-end, it is, and let me tell you why. Because first of all, it does vape really good. It is made in the U.S., so you're supporting a U.S. company. And probably the biggest thing on that list is not everybody has one. It's not like the Dead Rabbit where anybody and their brother could buy one. It's kind of like just a select few. Like, the fact that somebody let me borrow this is like a 1 in 1,000 opportunity, you know? And I do really appreciate Bobby for letting me use this. I am treading on eggshells with this thing because I know there would be no way I could replace this if anything happened. So it sits right there, and I use it when I'm live, and that's it. It sits in the middle of the table. No fucking edges. Keep it off the edges of the fucking table. We don't need it falling. It seems a little loud sometimes. I don't know. It's got a lot of airflow for a single coil, I'll tell you that. It does. Man, I enjoyed the hell out of this. Aliens game, if I'm an alien sent down to Grim Green's house to steal all of his vape gear and he has a Jenna sitting on his table, I'm absolutely stealing it. If I found an opportunity to buy one of these for $100 or so, I probably would definitely pick it up. If you have an opportunity and it's something that you think that you would like, I would definitely recommend doing that. I mean, I think the price tag's a little higher now, but listen. I wanted to keep this video short and sweet. I hope I did. I just wanted to show this off, give you my opinion. I enjoy the hell out of it, man. I really do. Once again, thank you, Bobby. Alright, everybody, I am out of here. That's all I got. N.Divine83 on Instagram. Go follow. Hit like on this. Subscribe. Comment. I'll see you in the next one.